Back to my profile for a second. When you go to my profile, notice what my headline says. Now it's a little cut off. I'm not sure how to shrink it, but it's a little cut off, but it says LinkedIn locksmith who teaches entrepreneurs, sales professionals, and students how to earn more money using LinkedIn. Right? So LinkedIn locksmith. By show of hands, how many of you ever heard that term LinkedIn locksmith before? Okay, where did you hear it? From me, right? So you don't see too many people talking about LinkedIn locksmith. So what I've done is I've essentially branded myself as a LinkedIn locksmith. Actually, somebody blessed me with that name. There's a gentleman out of Atlanta who is a tremendous speaker and business owner. He basically had a call, and because of some things that I did with him on LinkedIn, he labeled me the LinkedIn locksmith. Now, what does a locksmith do?
Opens doors, opens locks.
Opens locks, opens doors, help you to take the locks off, right? So what I do is I describe myself as a person that helps you to unlock the power of LinkedIn. Because for most people, LinkedIn is like obscure. It's like they don't understand it. And for me, it's simple, but for you, it may not be. So I use those skills to help unlock the power. What else do? I teach, right? So what I'm doing here is what? I'm teaching you how to use this tool. Who do I teach?
Students and professionals.
What specifically? Sales professionals and who else?
Entrepreneurs.
Entrepreneurs. So what should that tell somebody who's looking at my profile?
That you know how to improve LinkedIn profiles, and you definitely do it at a professional level.
Who do you think will reach out to me the most based on my headline?
Entrepreneurs and teachers.
Entrepreneurs, who else? Sales professionals and students. So now, if you look at my profile, you all can look at that and say, well, he might be able to help me do what? Make money using LinkedIn, right? So I'm telling you, as the reader, who I am, what I do, and who I help. I want to challenge you to do the same thing. Think about for a quick minute. Give yourself a tagline, or give yourself like a brand. Remember, you're a brand, right? So, Dean, your goal is to be an advertising executive, right? What would you put down? What do you think you should put down on your headline that would be able to catch people off guard?
Guerrilla advertising guru.
I love it. Now, let me ask you a question. Are you a guerrilla, what's it called? A guerrilla advertising guru. Are you that?
I aspire to be.
Excellent. So that's good. So as students, instead of you putting student at, put what you aspire to be. Okay? I aspire to be a guerrilla advertising guru. When you put that out there, first of all, that's different, and nobody's putting what they aspire to be, especially a lot of college students. When you look at people's profiles and you see what they aspire to be, know that either I've talked to them. You feel what I'm saying? Because most students, if you take a student at whatever college away, and you put what you aspire to do, people who look at your profile are going to say, I may be able to help her. You feel what I'm saying? Now, student at Virginia Union is okay because it lets us know that you are a student at Union, but it doesn't tell me how you help people and how people can help you. Does that make sense? All right, good. So, come on in. We just getting started. Come on. We just getting started. Come on, we good. Come on in. Grab one of these tables on these chairs on the side. Oh, no, you good to go. You good to go. All right? So when you have a headline that promotes your value statement, then people are going to want to connect to you because they see how you can help them. You have to promote your brand in such a way that you are able to help other people. All right? Yes, Coach.
So how do you say something that you haven't done yet? Like, how would I put the fact that I'm an MIT intern in in my tagline?
Yeah, you can do that. You can put that right there in your headline. So you have a very short window. It gives you 160 characters that you can put into your headline, right? So you can put MIT intern who aspires to be a Rhodes Scholar. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's so big. And so now for me as an alum, I can brag on you. You feel me? I can take your, there's a gentleman that I know who's the president of Robert Morris University, which is in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. He's a Rhodes Scholar, right? He's the president of a college. I aspire to be a president of a college, so I'm building a relationship with him. I can reach out to him, Dr. Howard, and say, Dr. Howard, I have a young lady in my college. She's from Baltimore, Maryland. She is a chemistry major, and she aspires to be a Rhodes Scholar. Would you be open to talking to her about your experience? What do you think he would say? He'd probably say yes, right? Why? Because I know who he is. He doesn't know you, but he's also a Rhodes Scholar. You feel me? And that's where the networking comes in. So ladies, if you don't mind pulling out a pen and a piece of paper, I'm giving some comprehensive information, not just about LinkedIn, but how to network, how to attract opportunities, all right? And I'm gonna give it to you in a minute to have you tell me who you are and your expectations for this session. But when you look at your profile, so let's look at Dean's profile real quick. Right? So Dean has on here MAIP Fellow at American Association of Advertising Agencies. So that's good. I like your profile. One of the things I would encourage you to do is enlarge it just a little bit. Okay, are you familiar with how to do that?
Yeah, I do.
So there's two ways to do that. Number one, you can crop it on your own, or on LinkedIn, it gives you the ability to edit your headshot. Okay? So notice how, so notice what I did. So you guys can follow with me. What I did was I clicked on my headshot. It takes me to my profile photo where I can edit it. And then on the bottom here, I can adjust it to zoom in. Yep, absolutely. Okay? And the reason why you want to do that is because, number one, you never get a second chance to make a what? First impression. So your first impression is your headshot. Now, the challenge for most people in their profiles is they don't even have a headshot, so they lose to the next person who does. So you want to find you a profile photo, maybe you graduated from high school, you got your graduation stuff, or you got something. But take it, get somebody on campus, and Dean might know some folks, right? Dean, you might know some people who take pictures, right? Yeah. Find somebody in NASCAR, find somebody that's in a photography club, whatever, to take headshots, professional headshots, so you can use that for your LinkedIn profile, okay? So Dean, this is how you would do it. So what I would encourage you to do is I would encourage you to go to that section, just click on your headshot, and just zoom it in a little bit, because I want to be able to see your face. No problem. I see you looking sharp, you got the black and gold tie, we can tell you probably an alpha man, right? But I want to see more, I want to see your finish, okay? Now, with regards to what you have, this is telling me the position that you have at the company that you work with. So if your goal is to promote yourself as a brand, put what you told me. You know, I aspire to be, and then put that on there, all right? So ladies, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a pause from this section, if you don't mind. Just give me your stand, give me your name, where you're from, all right, what your major is, and what your expectation is for this workshop.
Okay.
Yep.
My name is Denisha Stevens. I'm from Brooklyn, New York. I'm a double major of mass communication and criminal justice. And from this workshop, I hope to learn to network better and how to get myself out there professionally for where I want to go while I'm in union, after union, and in the future time.
Okay. Denisha, what's your classification again?
I'm a sophomore.
You're sophomore. Do you know Dean?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Go ahead, Stan, you next.
Hello, everyone. My name is Dana Scott. I'm a sophomore. I'm from New York, but I live in Jersey. What else?
What's
I'm a
your major?
biology major.
Biology, okay.
And from this program, I was just asked to come, so I
Okay, so
hope
you
to
have
learn
no.
some new information.
So she just who brought you in?
Yeah.
She just said, come on, come with me. All right, that's all right. That's all right. You'll get something out of this. And you're next.
Hello, my name is Tisha Clarkson. I'm from Norfolk, Virginia. I'm a sophomore in biology and CIS major. And from this workshop, I would like to learn how to better my LinkedIn profile and social network better.
Okay, Tisha, how do you spell your name?
T-I-S-H-A.
Like Campbell? But she spells it with an E.
Oh, T-I.
Oh, T-I. T-I. And you said you're Norfolk, what your classification is?
Sophomore.
All right, good. And you said you are
A-biology.
biology. Okay, good. Do you know crochet?
Yes.
Okay, very good. I asked you those questions because you need a very small canvas, but it's very easy to just walk past people and not even get to know them. And as I mentioned before you ladies came in, the whole general purpose of this is to teach you 3 main skills. So you want to write this down. 3 main skills: that you're gonna want to master before you even leave this campus. They are communication, leadership, and networking. Right, 3 main skills, and I mean, it doesn't matter what your classification is, it doesn't matter what you're studying. If you walk out of this school without strong communication skills, you will get passed up. If you don't have good leadership skills, you will get passed up. And if you're unable to build relationships, you will get passed up. So LinkedIn is just a tool to help you accomplish those goals, but if you don't understand that coming in, you're gonna miss out, okay? All right, so what we were talking about was that LinkedIn is the largest social media platform for professionals, and the goal is to be a brand. Write this down, focus on being a brand. So I am a brand. So write that on your paper, I am a brand. And a brand operates different from just individuals in that it has an objective and it attracts people that need that brand. So you have to be able to come up with a value statement that promotes who you are, who you help, and how you help them. All right, very important. All right? So Dean, what I'm gonna encourage you to do is make those changes. If you wanna do, did it already? Okay, so let me refresh this. And we're gonna do interactive, so throw questions out there. I know you don't have your laptop, that's fine. We can probably find some time to do some things, but you got the computer right there, so you can do that, okay? All right, so you have aspiring guerrilla advertising guru. Okay, very good. So now, by having that map fellow, that's good.
Yeah.
You can keep that if you want to. The question is, how is that gonna help you to do the things you wanna do?
So NAPE is multicultural advertising internship program.
Okay, very good.
And it's very well known within the industry.
Very good, I love it. So that helps you to stand out. You're not just in advertising, you're part of an elite program. All right, very good. Now, another thing that you want to have is, after you put your headline,
Yes.
this is your headline, you've got the school, everybody's going to have that on there, where you're from. Then you want to have a summary, okay? And in your summary, that's when you get to talk to me. That's when you get to talk to the reader. You know, if you're looking at yourself as a brand, you need to tell me what your brand is all about. Create a story. Create something that allows for me to relate to you. Don't just throw in words on a sheet of paper. You have to be very strategic. All right? So in this case, though, Dean, you got it in third person. I'm going to encourage you to write it as if you're writing, talking about yourself.
Okay.
So I, me, my. Okay, versus Dean Wilder. This right here, most people talk about just creating a bio and just throw your bio in there. Talk to me as if when I read your profile, I'm talking to you.
Okay.
So you tell me, I am a scholar at Virginia Union University. You know what I'm saying? So that's what you want to do. Make sure in your summary, there are people who don't have anything in their summary. Right? How am I going to get to know you? Right? So in your summary, let me give you the structure that you want to have in your summary. Now, because you all are students, I want to give you something different than what I would give to a sales professional or to an entrepreneur. To an entrepreneur, I start each and every